Welcome back, everybody, for another episode of V&J Reviews. An exciting one today. We're talking about the new movie, Dragon Ball Super BROLY. This is Vinny.
And this is Joe.
We're going to talk about everything we think is going to happen in this movie as far as what we know right now and why we're excited about it right after this. No doubt by this point, you have all seen all the latest news and information, including the promo video on the upcoming Dragon Ball Super movie that's going to be premiering in the winter in Japan and then soon after here in the United States as well. And so if you're keeping up to date on it, we are as well. We wanted to share with you some of our thoughts on how we think a lot of this is going to go down and what we're really hoping to see and expecting to see from this storyline that Toriyama and a lot of people are actively involved in putting it together, and we know they're putting hours into thinking through all of the things, as I think especially as fans, that we've been wondering about, wanting to see, wanting to know about, because so far we've been brought through this storyline, but there's so many gaps that exist, especially for the Saiyans, and I think we're going to see a lot of those gaps all brought together, and everything is going to make so much more sense after this movie. So we want to go through some of our thoughts, how we think this is all going to go down, what we're most excited about, what we want to see, and all that good stuff.
So originally when we heard about the new Dragon Ball Super movie, we were very excited to find out the origins of the Saiyans and maybe more about Yamoshi, the original Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan God, and also what happened on planet Sadala. And we were thinking maybe Universe 6 was going to be the key to actually giving us this information. Now it's looking more like Universe 6 is not going to even be involved in this movie at all. So we're just going to be looking at Sadala from Universe 7 only and learning about it. Because as Vegeta stated back in the Universe 6 tournament, it was blown up a long time ago. And he was surprised to know that Universe 6 still had their planet Sadala. So while we're going through all this, we're going to be obviously mentioning a lot of flashbacks, probably to the original Sadala before it even blew up, about maybe what was going on with Yamoshi, that big war that he was fighting with obviously his few friends against all the Saiyans and eventually lost. I mean, there's so much information here about the origin of the Saiyans, and we're going to try to give you probably like a step-by-step what we think each part of the movie is going to be talking about. I don't know how accurate we're going to be, but I want to sort of do this before more information comes out because I want to see how close we can get to what I think and what Vin might think here, where they're going to go with the story and how they're going to develop it.
I think right off the bat, and this is probably a big reveal here, and not so much a big reveal, but a lot of people are thinking this, and for sure I am myself, is that ultimately what are we going to get? When this movie is done, when the credits are rolling and the whole thing is done, what are we ultimately going to gain from it? And I think probably the biggest thing we're going to gain from it is a solidified answer on what is it that gives the Saiyans their strength. Where does their strength come from? What makes them the unique warrior race that they are? Why is it that they can do what they can do? Why is Goku as powerful as he is? What is happening with all this? I think those are the gaps that are going to be filled in for us. And we're going to start to get those, again, Joe said flashbacks. Now, we're not exactly sure how those flashbacks are going to happen. Are they going to be literal flashbacks? Are they going to be storytelling? Is it going to be information from certain people like BROLY or perhaps Frieza, which we're going to talk about, where we're going to start to learn and fill in these gaps? Is it going to be a literal where Goku and Vegeta are going to go to those time periods? Possibly. We don't know. I mean, anything could happen. But I think when the movie ends, if we walk away knowing this is exactly how Saiyans get their strength, this is how it started, this is how it happens, and it makes sense for all of us, then it's a success. And I think that's ultimately what they're going to go with. Now, how is this whole thing going to unveil? How is it going to be revealed? Why is BROLY going to even come in on the scene? You know, obviously we know that Frieza is going to be fresh out of hell. This movie is taking place right after the Tournament of Power, so it's sequential in nature, which is good. I like that. We don't want to be thrown off too much. It obviously canon, so this is real good, and we're going to see, well, what's going to be the thing that's going to bring all of this in together? Why is it all going to happen? Still speculative, but we have our thoughts on it.
So when the movie originally first starts, what I think that they're planning to do is show us a flashback of Planet Sadala and give us just a tiny bit of information on it with the Saiyans, and make us be questioning and make us wonder, what are they going for? What are they talking about? Like, they're just going to give us this like little bit of a foreshadowing of something that we're going to learn later on in the movie, just to keep us interested at the very start. And then as we go on, we're going to now flash back to the future of Universe 7 with Goku and everybody finished with the Tournament of Power at that time, talking about what are they going to do next, and just the basic, probably going to be training and doing all the other things. But the real key of when the movie's going to start is when we finally learn about BROLY and what Frieza's doing, because I think Frieza and BROLY are going to be a real big key here on how Vegeta and Goku are going to actually meet up with BROLY.
Now, there is no question, as stated, who knows the most about the Saiyan race from the characters that we have right now. And, of course, you might say, well, Whis and maybe Beerus do, possibly. But out of the main characters that we've had throughout these series, it's gonna be probably Frieza, even more so than Vegeta, because Frieza has experienced things that Vegeta never has. Of course, even the blowing up of Planet Vegeta. But what is it that Frieza has been holding back from us? What is the information that he has not revealed yet? I think a lot of that is going to come up in this movie, where Frieza, and you know how Frieza is, although he has kind of become this character that has been very helpful to Goku and Vegeta and the other Universe 7 fighters, he's an evil guy. So he's probably going to have some sort of a plot and scheme, and he's probably going to use the information he has about the Saiyan race to bring that into action. And I think Frieza is going to be paramount in the setting up of the scene. Exactly what he does, exactly how he does it, we don't know for sure, but I think he's going to be paramount in it as Goku and Vegeta are training actively, because that's what Goku's all about. He wants the next challenge, and he knows there are strong fighters out there who he has never faced before, and I think Frieza's going to use that. He's going to go, oh, you want to fight strong fighters who you've never fought before? And then not only that, but he's going to use the intrigue of the Saiyan past to put the whole thing together.
So the question is, how does Frieza even find BROLY? Well, as we know from the end of Dragon Ball Super, Frieza is rebuilding his army and trying to conquer the universe again. And I think they actually are going to probably find BROLY by mistake. It's not going to be something that he's actively looking for. It's going to be somewhere his henchmen are going to find him and then pretty much alert Frieza to it, and Frieza's going to find out that these are Saiyans and they still survived, and he's going to use that to his advantage. And I think Frieza is not going to be able to control BROLY, but be able to control more of his father, Paragus. You gotta remember, Frieza and the Saiyans have a long history here, and Paragus might think still highly of Frieza, or Frieza is going to promise him something, and or even maybe in the Dragon Balls. Like, we actually see a shot of that in the trailer of a Dragon Ball falling down a cliff. So maybe he promises them that, saying that you can get whatever you want. All you need to do is defeat Prince Vegeta and Goku. I might also believe that Paragus has a vendetta against Vegeta, because obviously his father is the one who let Planet Vegeta get blown up and pretty much the whole race get wiped out. So, I mean, there's many reasons why Paragus would be willing to go there, and we know that Paragus has the ability to control BROLY with the necklace that's around him. So pretty much with these two coming together, they're going to find a way to ship BROLY over there and fight Vegeta and Goku. And that's where we see that first fight in the snow caverns, which I believe is probably on Earth, based off of everything that we are seeing from the trailers. So this is going to be their first fight. BROLY is mostly going to be in his base form, once again, based off of what we have seen. And it's going to be a pretty interesting fight. And I think we're going to learn little by little more things about this. But as the fight continues, I really do think that the fight is going to end either with BROLY coming back, maybe something's going on that they have to retreat for some reason, and they're going to have a secondary fight somewhere else on another planet. We were promised another planet at some point, so I think there's going to be two main fights here and probably that halftime is where we're going to learn a lot more information once again about the Saiyans, trying to figure out who the heck this BROLY is, where did he come from, how is he this strong, and also learning about maybe the origins, once again, of the Saiyans and what real legendary Super Saiyan is. I feel like BROLY is going to have a strong connection, and we're going to learn about that strong connection to the first legendary Super Saiyan, Yamoshi, and how he got his power. Why is he so much stronger than everybody else? This is the key, and this is why BROLY is in this movie.
And as I'm hearing Joe talking about all this stuff, and it sounds great, and it's possible that it could be the direction that they would go with it. The one thing I'm excited about this is all of the opportunity that they're going to have to explain everything we want to know. Not only are we going to get the amazing fight scenes that we're going to see with BROLY, perhaps BROLY coming at Frieza for a bit, or then being, as Joe said, that Paragus perhaps being manipulated by Frieza to do his own bidding, and the fighting between BROLY and Goku and Vegeta, and seeing them transform and go into the different stages and seeing how everything is working together. Throughout all of that, we're going to see the amazing battles going on, the amazing fights, but we're going to get the detailed background information that we have all been waiting for. And I think that's what I'm most excited about, how it's going to be revealed to us in a step-by-step methodical way to put the picture together by the end of the movie so we know how all this is working out. And that really, the awesome thing to me about that is it really sets up the scene for the anime going forward. It will close the gaps that we need to be closed so the anime can go forward in a way that will make sense to us, and Goku and Vegeta can go forward with their new powers, these new god forms and Ultra Instinct and some of the new things we're seeing, and it'll make sense. And it'll be applicable to what they're going through and how they're fighting, and they can really put this together well. So I think that's what I'm most excited to see through this whole thing.
So now that halftime is finished in the movie, and we have learned a little bit more of BROLY and some more stuff about the origins of the Super Saiyans, we now are going to go into our second fight on this new planet, which looks more like almost a volcano based off of what I'm seeing in our trailer and pictures that we have of the movie currently. So in this fight, I think BROLY is going to break his control from Paragus completely. At one point, we see no more necklace on him while he's fighting in this new location. So I believe that was probably going to be the reason why they left the first time, is maybe he was losing control of BROLY, and they just couldn't allow that. And now they refound each other, and that was the end of that. And BROLY's going to be going all out. We see that Super Saiyan Blue is having a tough time against BROLY in his base form, powered up. He has yellow eyes at one point, and still Goku can't beat him. It's just like, how strong can BROLY be in just a base form? And at one point, we obviously see at the end of the trailer, Goku is seeing BROLY turn into his legendary Super Saiyan form and saying he's getting stronger. Like, he's already been giving everything he could against BROLY in base. How could he get any stronger than that? And we know from details, from interviews and other things, that BROLY is going to be stronger than Beerus and even Jiren, from what we're being told. So, I mean, I don't know how Goku is going to be able to beat this unless we obviously see Ultra Instinct come back or some type of new form from Goku. I mean, they do love to give Goku new forms during these movies. So, I mean, we could actually see that happen as well. But once again, probably still going back to, at some point, learning more about the origins of the Saiyans, and that's how maybe Goku obtains this newer power, and we understand that's where he's getting it from.
Goku certainly does have his downfalls and his issues, even with fighting and his character, which is fine, because all good characters have to have their flaws. But one thing that Goku does have is he learns very quickly. He learns things fast. When he understands something, or he gets it, or he sees a fighting style or how someone's doing something, he can adapt near immediately, and over time becomes near perfect at it. And I think one of the things that's going to help Goku most likely is when he learns what's going on. Where is BROLY's power coming from? If that's revealed to Goku, and Goku starts to understand it, he might be able to utilize that at the moment, possibly, and be able to stack it on top of what he already knows. Perhaps there's depths of Goku's power that he doesn't even understand yet, but when the revelation comes to him, he'll be able to dip into that and perhaps use his own understanding of Broly and the Saiyans of the past, or the Saiyan strength, that where it comes from, to his advantage. And perhaps that will be how he gets the upper hand in this fight, if he does get the upper hand. You never know. Anything could happen here.
Now, also during this second battle on this new planet, we do see that Frieza does come in and also start fighting Broly. I don't think he wants to fight Broly. I think this is more of a mistake or something he wasn't expecting to happen with Broly. Once again, because he got out of control, he doesn't have the necklace on him. Some people believe that these henchmen might actually take the necklace off of Broly, or he's just going to break it, sort of like in his last movie. But Frieza is going to be in the fight. I don't think Frieza's going to do too well. I don't see him lasting too long against Broly if he's going full out. I mean, it'll be pretty cool to actually see Frieza get whooped by Broly for a little bit there. The real question I have is, a lot of this is, where is Vegeta? Vegeta isn't seen really in the second fight here on this other planet. He's just seen on Earth fighting him in the ice caverns, so I'm not sure what's going on with Vegeta. I would really like to know where his placement in this is. I mean, is he fighting Paragus? Is he doing something else? Maybe he's trying to figure out something to defeat Broly somehow. Maybe they learn something and Vegeta is the one who has to obtain it or get to it to ultimately defeat him in the end. Basically, they have to come up with some type of way to defeat Broly. Some people think it'll be Ultra Instinct, which I think Broly would lose it, Ultra Instinct, if Goku can obtain that again. Or some new power that will beat him maybe in one shot. They sort of did that in the last Broly movie, where Broly was just absolutely devastating everybody, and somehow Goku gets power from everybody and then does one punch and somehow beats him. Hopefully they don't go that direction, because that would sort of be like anticlimactic. It was just sort of happened. It was not that fun. I really hope that they go another direction, more storyline wise, more like, wow, I can't believe that they tied this all together from the very beginning. This is how the Saiyans gain their power, and this is how we're going to see Goku continue on from here.
So when it comes down to it, the ending is probably the hardest thing to figure out. How is this all going to end? I know what we're looking forward to throughout the movie itself. We don't really know. It could end any number of ways, but we could be completely wrong here. I mean, this could be nothing like what happens, or this could be pretty close, or maybe perhaps even right on. Certainly there was going to be more news, more information, more concept art, and reveals that are going to come out through the next 4 months or so. That's going to give information. We want to keep up to date on it, let you guys know any of the new reveals that we see or any changes that come into it. But for the most part, we wanted to share with you what our thoughts were, how we think this is all going to go down, what we're excited, what we want to see by the end of the credits, what we want to know. And I think that's what I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. When this thing wraps up, right, when the credits roll, what is it that you want to walk away with? When you walk away from seeing this movie, what is it you want to know that you've always wondered about, or you hope they give us, or you hope they reveal, or the fight you hope you see, or the information you hope you get? I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say about that. And also go ahead and share what your own thoughts are. How do you think this is all going to go down and unravel throughout the entire movie?
And one other interesting idea that a lot of people are thinking about, and even I am, is, are they going to do an anime version of this after they're done? I mean, they did it with Battle of Gods, they did it with Resurrection F. Will they do it with Broly and put more information in there so that they couldn't maybe fit in the original movie? I mean, a movie is supposed to be like 90 minutes long when it comes to an anime movie. So they maybe not be able to fit everything in there. They're going to add more information in the anime itself, or they're just going to continue the anime from there. With their current structure, I would think that they're going to repeat it and go through it again, just because some people don't watch the movie and they just watch the anime, so they want to make sure everybody's up to date with what's going on. It would be pretty cool to see the movie and then get more information later from the anime, as long as they don't do it awful like how they did Resurrection F. I mean, I think they've learned from their mistakes in the past, and they would probably make it even better than what the movie could, because obviously they have more time with the anime.
Yeah, I think it would make total sense for them to actually do an anime version of this BROLY series here. And in fact, I hope that the consistency is really good, because the consistency was off on really the other two, and the quality wasn't great. And I hope, again, as you said, that they learn that is the case here, that it's completely consistent and the quality is good. And perhaps maybe they'll leave a couple things out of the movie that we would want to see, but they're not going to give us because they can't fit it into that hour and a half time slot. And so in the anime version, they might fill in some more information, which would be really cool if they did that. So hopefully they will. Again, what are you guys' thoughts? What are you hoping to see from this? Go ahead and leave it in the comments below. We hope you guys enjoyed this one. Maybe it gave you some information you haven't heard before, or just kind of gave you some of the similar information you've been hearing, and it just solidifies some of the things that you thought and just get you excited for the movie that's coming down the pipe in just a little bit. So hopefully you guys continue to stick with us. Check us out. We got some things coming up in the next few weeks here, and we hope you enjoyed this one. So as always, this is Vinny.
And this is Joe.
We'll catch you guys next time.